Okay, I'll start. Okay, so anyone did whatever the example that I gave yesterday, a small task which I gave yesterday, maybe Ruchi or I think Guru or anyone.
Yeah, I was trying it, but I couldn't complete. Still, I have to do it.
Okay, okay, okay. I'll just try it. We'll see whether I can do it. So, okay, maybe you guys can do it and come, or else I'll take this at the end, this small one, and we'll complete it. Okay. So, today I'll gonna take pointers, reference, and operators. So I think it would be better you guys resync it. Maybe you can open your GitHub and just hit fetch origin. You might get the whole code, or all the examples that I have given. You might you would definitely get, so that you can parallelly run whatever that I'm trying to do. So you don't need to rewrite the code that I have written again and again. So you can just open GitHub, this application, and if you would be seeing like this current repository, just go to repositories. I mean, the moment you open, you will see this. Then you just click fetch origin. You should be able to get the code that I'm uploading on a day-to-day basis. Then you can open the code on Visual Studio. Just confirm me once you guys are able to open it.
Sir, it is showing that strass changes and continue. So I can proceed for that.
Your changes, you don't submit any of your changes. You are on main branch, right? What is the branch name?
Yes, that full
Yeah,
origin
discard,
main branch.
discard. Don't go to main branch. Don't push anything on main branch. It's mine. I own this main branch. You are not supposed to submit anything. If whatever you are
Okay.
seeing, right, select, discard, and right, select them all.
And so
You can share your screen.
three tabs are coming for me.
Okay, you can better you share your screen. I'll tell you what to do.
Okay. So it is visible.
No, not yet.
Now
It's loading. Yeah.
visible, right?
Yes.
This part is coming now.
No, you are sharing
The
something else. Second screen, other screen you are sharing. You have two monitors, I guess.
which one I said? This GitHub desktop is not showing.
No. Maybe you can drag it from there to here.
Okay. Zoom meeting GitHub. Yes. Yeah. Now
It's loading, I think. It's black.
now it is fine.
No, it's still black. On GitHub, maybe you can select all and discard all. That should be good, I think, on that application. So
CPP tutorial pull origin. So that's
you select the files which you are seeing on the left. Whatever changes that you have made, right? It would show whatever changes that you have done on left.
now it is.
No, yeah, I'm not able to see. Share the content. Shared content is not fit to screen or something. I get. You may need to disconnect your second screen and share.
Yeah, I disconnected. That's disconnected that one.
No man, we are just seeing black screens, completely blank.
Okay. Oh, oh.
Okay, I'll continue.
Yeah, okay.
You guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes.
See, just go here and whatever files that you see right on the left,
Mhm.
select them all, right click, and you would see a discard option. Just click discard all. Once you do that, you will see 0 files. Okay, then do a fetch origin or just do a pull. Okay, so you are seeing 0 changes, right? Last fetched just now or something.
Yes, I said in your WhatsApp, you can see that.
Huh? I'm not able to get
In
you.
WhatsApp. No, I said in WhatsApp, if you want to see that screen, my screen. So I said in WhatsApp.
What error you are seeing?
That is, that CPP totals are coming, main
Huh.
window and pull origin it is coming.
Just
Part 10.
click it, na. Click that. That's what I'm asking you to click it.
Pull origin on, right? Pull
Put
origin.
pull origin or fetch origin, whatever that you have. Just click it.
Yes. After that, it is showing error,
See,
stars changes and content.
see, I asked you to delete all the changes on the left. Did you do that? Select the files which are on the left.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Select them all. Right
So
click discard.
discard. Okay. Discard changes. Yes. Good.
Discard
After that,
all the files. 33 files you
yes, I
have,
just.
right? Discard all changes.
Mm-hmm.
Discard all. They are your build files, I think. Whatever the build files that you have, it is them.
Okay. Okay. Discard. Discard all changes. Discard all changes. Yes.
You
Yes.
should see empty, 0 changed files.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'll continue.
Yeah. Okay.
Collect.
Okay.
Okay, today class will be on what is pointers and what is the difference between pointers and reference operators. This should be something uh, similar to what we have covered earlier. Like okay, but I would like to just bring out some small differences so that it would help you in your, for you guys. Okay, so is a traditional C way, like the task here is I just want to print the contents of an array. Okay, so the regular way is in C, the best way that we do is we would always pass the pointer. Okay, we'll always pass the pointer, and along with that, we should pass the size, number of contents that it has. We should pass it. Okay, so using this, the pointer to the array and the count, we can iterate through it and print the contents of it. It's a small simple code. Okay, okay, so it's just an array is there's a pointer pointing to the head of the array. Then you need to pass the number of elements in this array, and you can iterate through that, and you can print the contents of it. So but some of the common problems that you would see here is in this way of passing pointers and passing the size is you just need to add an additional parameter first, and the second thing is you will always need to check the null pointers. Okay, uh, and the size should also match. This is something which you should always you would always write a code for checking this. Okay, assume that I've removed this. Okay, I mean, this is a positive case, and what we are doing is we are just sending the pointer and just printing the contents. I think everything should go good. We should not see any issues here. So it will just iterate through the array and print the contents. Whatever it is there, it will iterate through it and print it. Okay. So this is good as far as we make sure we are passing the size correctly or the pointer reference correctly, everything. And the pointer is not pointing to some junk contents or null thing. And one more thing is the count can go beyond an limit. Okay. And it can cause some crashes and all also. So all these things that we would always write uh, necessary checks for that in our code. Okay, in C. Okay, so this is a overhead that we have in C. So, but this same thing is supported in C++ also, but we can do something alternative for it. That is what we call as references. Okay, so before getting into that, I'll just show the other problem that we have here. So if you see here, right, I'm blindly passing null. It's the same pointer to which I'm passing null. Okay, and during compile time, is it able to find any bugs here? No, it is not able to find any bugs during compile time. Okay, and now what happens? Now you run it. Now you see the segmentation fault or core dump. Why? Because we passed here null. Okay, now you will identify this after debugging. You will put pointers x, y, and print it. Then you will come to know you have not, uh, you haven't done a null check, or you are actually passing a null pointer here. This is the drawback that we have in C. Okay, so that wherein you always need to add the checks. If I add this checks, right, now everything will work fine. It will just print the first iteration. So the first iteration which was pointing to a valid array, it will print. Okay. So this is what we have in C. So I think so far I'm able to explain this, right? So what is the problem here that we have? Uh, Compile time bug identification, compile time pointer check is not there when using pass by what should I say, pass by pointers, or when you are using pointers. Then when on, okay, this is one drawback that we have. It's when we use this pass by pointer the concepts. Okay, so and you need to pass the size. These are the three things. Apart from the, do you guys think is there anything else? Okay, okay, I'll assume it as a no. So I'll continue with the next. Okay, so now how do you overcome this in C++, or what is it that C++ provide to overcome this? That is what we have it as reference operators. Okay. Now, what is a reference operator? So I'll explain what is a reference operator with a small example. So a reference operator is something like you are giving a name of to an existing, already existing variable. So assume I have an integer index which is equal to 0. Okay. Now I want to access the same register using a different name. Okay. So what I can do is I can declare something like a reference. I can declare something like this. So what is this? What happened? Okay, so maybe my bad. Okay. Now, this is another name that you are uh, trying to give to this. Okay, let's see whether the syntax is correct. So, okay, the syntax is correct. Okay, int a and reference is equal to a. Okay, it's confused. Okay, so how you initialize a reference variable is you declare it and assign it to the actual variable. So this becomes an other name to this. So you can say a lot of different technical names like this becomes an this becomes a reference to this. Uh, so and whatever changes that you do on this will apply on this variable itself also. So it's like if you see what is the value of index, we can print. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is declare an integer or any data type and create a reference for it. Create a reference or another variable name, and just a name, a different name to the same variable. Now I'm trying to print the contents via index and also via refer index. Let's see both same value or not. Okay, this is what we need to see whether they are pointing to same thing or they are printing the same value or not. And using one of the name, I'm trying to alter the contents. Like technically, what should is happen? I incremented index, so this zeros it become one. Now, if they both are pointing to the same address memory location, then when next time when I print, right, it should print one and one. Okay, so this is my expectation. What I'm trying to. So far clear on this, right? What I'm trying to do here. Okay, result is same 0 0 and 1 1. Okay, so what I did is I tried to change the content. I created a reference for it. Okay, so now I am printing the contents using both the names that I have assigned. Now, using one name, I tried to change the content. Okay, the contents got changed. Then I tried to print using both the names. Okay, now since both the names are pointing to the same address. Okay, the contents in the memory location should also be the same. So this should also be one. This should also be one. Now we see the contents are 1 and 1, which are same. Now let's see if I can modify using another name, another this thing, and see it happens. Now what should happen? This here when it printed it was 1. Now we are using the reference indexes, you using the other name or reference operator to change the contents of it. Okay, and trying to print both, whether it is reflecting on both the places or not. This is what I'm trying to do. See, I see the data got changed, whether I am using trying to make changes using index or trying to make changes using a reference for that index. The data got changed. Okay, so what we can conclude from that is by declaring a reference operator which points to some pre-existing object, right? You are just creating one more name for the variable that you have created, and you can modify the content using any one of the name. Okay. Any doubts on this so far? Okay. So I hope I was clear on this. Right. Anyone? Okay, all of you are on mute. Anyone can say. Okay. I'll continue. So this is what I wanted to show. Using this reference operator, you can change the contents of this. Now, where and all we would use this reference operator? Why and where is the important concept or topic that we want. So reference operator we can use mainly when you are trying to pass an object to other method as an argument. Okay, that is one best way, so that you don't need to reproduce it, or recreate the array or and share it, or you don't use that pointer concepts, or you don't declare the array as global. To avoid all such things, we have this reference concept given from C++ which you can use. Okay, using which I will get access to the contents and I can treat. Only thing is I will get a different name. I can assign it a different name, but you can still assign a same name on a different function, and you can do the operations which you were supposed to do, which you are doing it here. Okay. Okay, so this one I'll keep. Okay. Next one. So now how we can use it, or there are certain rules when declaring a reference. Okay. What are those rules are the moment you declare a reference, you should initialize it. You cannot declare it and uninitialize it. Like this is not allowed. Doing this and then is equal to address of Okay, this is not allowed, or you can't do it in any way. So all these are not allowed. Okay. So the moment you declare it, you should say what it is trying to point. Okay. That is one important consideration that you need to look. Okay. And one more thing is, once you assign it, you can't uh, reassign it to some other variable. This is not allowed. Okay. And another one is, okay. Now I created another variable. Okay. Can I, so see here I have initialized it. Can I reinitialize it or assign it or make it point to something else? Can we do that? No. Right. Let's see. Create a reference to index. See whether this will compile. It should not. Eh, what happened? Oop, I think this is allowing it to change. Is it because of C++ version? Comment out all the other code. Okay, okay. What it would have been doing is it is okay. Now I understood what was the mistake. It is just trying to assign the contents. Okay, not this. Okay. Can what we are trying to do is we can assign the content like you can assign it as one, but you cannot make it point to this address. Okay, this is something which you can't do. Like earlier it was pointing to index. Now can you make it pointing to something else? This is something which is not allowed. Like it can no longer point to this. Okay, this is what uh, the other limitation that reference operators have. Okay. Uh, I hope I'm clear on this. So, a reference operator, what is reference operator? Reference operator is something using which you can give a different name to a pre-existing variable, and you can make changes using the old or new names that you are given, and it should not, and it will treat any operations that you do using any name as same. Okay, but what is not allowed is you need to initialize it when you declare it. You cannot declare it and re-initialize it later. And second one is you cannot reassign a reference operator or reference variable to some other variable. So once it has been mapped to something means it will stick to this always. Okay. I'm clear, right, on this? Okay. Next, we will see the practical uses of it. Okay. Yeah, I'll comment this. So the best way is this one. Now let's go to the same problem that we were doing earlier, like printing the contents of an array using a reference operation. So how you would do here is all that you need to pass is the variable name. You just put it here. Okay. But when you define the function, right? When you define the function, you need to mention, okay, the reference operations here. Okay. So if you see what it is declaring different, this is the actual data type that it has. So this becomes something similar to this, but this is too much for us to understand. So it is not recommended to write like this. So we can just use auto keyword here and say uh, for an array you can use something like this, like using which you can iterate something over an array. I think this we had seen previous classes. But if you are declaring an non-array like uh, okay, and you can display something. Can write a function something like this, wherein which it will take the actual data type char ampersand. Okay, this we can do. Okay, so what we are trying to do is we are just declaring a variable y and trying to pass them by reference. Okay, once we pass them by reference, I can see the contents. I can modify the contents as well. Let's see, can we modify the contents? Okay. So what I did is I printed the contents and I modified the contents here. Now, is it going to reflect here? Okay, we'll see this whether and we'll understand what is the power of this. Now you see the code is compiled. Now if you see, okay, the contents which were passed was y. Okay, I think what we did was post increment. We'll do a pre increment.
Sir, I am also trying, but it is not coming.
Which one? What is not coming?
This one only. On terminal only, I am trying this one whole program.
You are
It is
typing this
not
code, or
coming.
what code you are typing?
Yeah. Whatever you typing, that one only I am fetching and try to run that in terminal, but it is not coming.
So when you say not coming means what? What is not coming?
See,
Whether you are able to compile the code.
sometimes. Yes, I'm trying to compile code in terminal.
Did it compile?
Not coming.
No, when you say not coming, you should say correctly whether it compiled or it built or it is not running. Can you
See,
be more?
I've said in WhatsApp. So, yeah.
So what you are running .cpp.
Yes.
So why would you run a .cpp? First of all, did it build? What did it say?
Okay. Build one.
Build in a UANA.
Build means
Because what you did is CMake space dot dot you didn't give. That is the first mistake that you did.
CMake I have given in
You have just given
output part.
CMake. You should give CMake space dot dot.
Okay. Sorry. And then how to remove this build one? Means
Now you remove the files which are inside the build folder. Then you just do a CMake space dot dot. You just do a CMake space dot dot.
okay. Yes. Yes. Okay, this kind. And then make yes. Build it up contract. Now it is pointer reference operator.
Okay, I'll continue.
CPP, right? Okay. Sure.
Okay, so okay, so using this, what we were able to achieve is we are able to modify the contents as well. Okay, without using any concepts of pointer. So it's just a new way through which you can access the contents, access the properties of that variable, and you can modify the contents as well. If you see the results here, the content was y, then after increment it was z. So now the function has returned and it printed the contents. Now the contents became z. It was returned as z. Okay, so using
Yeah, now it's came. So whatever you are doing, that one I can't run, right? Means
that you have to type and run the rest. Okay, so
okay.
whatever that I've explained on the display via reference, that should be good. So it should be better that you concentrate on this, then maybe you can run the rest of the power.
Okay.
Okay, I'll push this also. You can run it later. Okay. So next is what? Okay, so this is about handling a single I mean in non-array primitive non-array or primitive data type. Okay, now what we can do, what to do with array. So it is same, like you display via reference. Okay, now you have the character array, you just pass it. You can just pass the same thing. Now the best thing is to use the auto keyword, like I think I have shown you, right? If you put it, it will show this is the actual signature to which it deprecates, but we don't want to write all those. So on ourselves, let compiler write it on its own. So I've written an auto ampersand of the array. Now using the reference operator, okay, I'm able to iterate and print the, I mean, I should be able to iterate and print the contents of the array. Okay, this is one. Okay, this, I'll show this one also. I'll comment this. So what we'll do, we'll just access and print the contents of this array. Okay, see, using the reference operation, I'm able to print the contents of this array. Just nothing but A, B, C, D. Okay. So, I'm clear, right? So far, I'm clear, like using a reference operator, how to pass an array from one function to another function, and how you can access the elements. Okay. Right. No doubts, right? So far on this. Okay. Okay. So what is another concept here is, see, the problem or with this is like you can pass the parameters and you're also passing the address. Okay, so using which you can modify the content. Okay, but what if you don't want to modify the content? Okay, what do you want? What if you want to set up a rule that I would like to share the whole object, okay, to a function, but I don't want anyone to modify the contents of it. Okay, so I would still use the same signature, but I don't want anyone to modify the contents of it. Okay, they should iterate through it. That's all. They should not be able to make any changes to it. Okay, so for that, what we can do is we can just put a simple const on top of it. Okay, so now this becomes a const iterator on top of it, using which you will be able to iterate through this array. So now I have a const reference. Okay, let me enable it. Okay, before that I forgot one more thing. Okay, I'll come over. Okay, so display via const reference. It just nothing but, so we just added a const on top of it. It just iterated and printed the contents. Okay, now what is it that we can add here is, check here is there anyone by any chance trying to change the contents of this array? Like if I see what I'm trying to modify the contents of this array, I took the reference as const, which from by which I'm saying that I will not change the contents. I will just access and try to read the contents of this. Okay. So now what will happen here? See, it is giving an error saying that incrementing a read-only reference to the element. Okay. So it gives us an error, or it will set us some limitations that you don't want to change, that during compile time itself it will identify any issues with respect to non-constantness, like you're doing some operations which are not with respect to constantness. Okay, so all these things we can identify during compile time itself. Okay, that's one more thing that we can add onto this reference operations. Okay, so I hope I'm clear on this, right? Any more questions on this? So the danger
Without constant and with constant also same values are coming, right? Means,
values will be same because we
okay.
didn't change it. Constant or could non-constant, say nothing get changed. Only thing that get changed is, so here what you are doing here, we just had element, right? So it will print the contents.
If
Now
you mhm.
if I'm so when you pass without constants, you are allowing the function to modify the contents.
Okay.
Matlab, you have a
But
permissions
without
to mod.
constant, you can without constant we can modify.
Yeah, without
Yes.
constant you can modify. So
Okay.
during compile time, okay, it will show bugs only when you have declared as constant and you are trying to modify it. Okay, here line number 35,
Okay.
you declare it as constant and you are trying to modify
Hmm.
it. So the bug was identified here. Now we'll okay, it just printed the other one. I didn't enable the other one. Wait,
Mhm. But it is coming.
no, I didn't enable this one. Let me enable it. That function was not called. Incrementing wala was not
Okay.
called.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So now
Yeah.
the
Double.
first section, what it
Mm-hmm.
did is it incremented the contents of the array, and again you passed it as constant. So the value is already incremented. So you are just printing the pre-incremented contents. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Same thing. Means after constant, whatever the function is read, same thing it will be coming.
Correct. So we'll remove this. Okay. So yeah, someone had a
If you'll
question.
put that, if you'll put that constant after this auto and array means this function,
Here
this
also you can put.
display where
Here also you can put.
no, not that is not my question. My question is, see, this void display by a constant reference,
Hmm.
it will be come below of that of this void display by a reference. This
Mhm.
means without. Uh,
You want me to put constant here?
No. That only this function, that 30 from 30 to 38, you can bring that function below that 48.
No, this is what is this? Just a function declaration. That's only right. I can put it
Yes,
anywhere. Okay. How we are calling is here. You want to do this first.
yes.
Okay. So it makes no difference, right? So you want to increment here, right?
Mm.
You want to increment them here.
No, first it will be read that constant one. You are saying anywhere it is. First it will read constant one, then normal one it will read, right, without constant one.
See, it depends on which function you are calling. Function one or function two. Which function are you calling? Here we are
Function 2
calling a
is calling, my question is function 2 will call first, function 1
okay,
will call second. So that one
and that
my
will go
question.
as an infinite loop. Na?
Well,
So from here you want to call this, right? You mean to say this one, right?
uh, uh, mm,
Okay, you are calling a display via reference. Okay, where
yes,
it's not constant. You are
huh,
not passing it as a constant.
this, yes,
Then again here you said auto, but this function is taking it as constant. Okay, so it will
yes.
still remain same, but unless you add put a plus here, the bug will not come.
Hmm.
See, it's what we can understand from this is it's not how you are calling, it's about what you are doing inside the function matters.
Mhm.
You took an array
Mhm.
which is constant, which you are trying to modify. It's not a sequence in which you are trying to call. So the other way around is, so you took it as a constant reference and you are trying to modify.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. One more thing. We normally call the function inside that main method, correct? Inside
Oh,
main method, but as
mhm.
per Sakalya, he wanted to call that method inside that same another function. So how it's possible? It's not possible, I think. No,
You are
yeah,
calling
that
function
function.
one way. Which
Yes,
function? This.
that function. Yes, via constant reference.
Mhm.
Inside that inside function definition, you just put yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is forward declaration. I didn't put. Okay.
Okay.
See, now we got the same error. Okay. What you said in your main, I am going to do a constant reference. Okay. The parameter that
Mm-hmm.
you passed it as constant. So it became constant. But this constant, you are passing it to a non-constant function. The function is going to
Mm-hmm.
modify the
Mm-hmm.
contents. Okay. So as long as it has modification operation, it is going to show you error. Okay. Now if I remove this, let's see what happens. See, it works. Only thing is during compile time, it will make sure it sees or iterates through the whatever the variables that you passed and see that you are not modifying it. Okay, so you took as constant reference, but passing as non-constant and not doing anything is fine. But only when you are trying to change the contents during compile time, it finds the bug and
Okay. Okay.
reports us.
Yeah, this one is my question.
Okay,
I was asking this one only.
okay,
So first you compile this auto and array, and after that constant auto array.
okay, good. Thank you, Sakal. Next, what we'll see? Okay, now the important benefit.
So we need to change ourselves, right? We need to change here.
That's
Display
okay. That is fine.
on the
That's
reference.
fine. That's okay.
Okay.
That's fine. That is part is covered. Okay. So
Mhm.
the one more important part here is, see, when you are using pass by reference, right? The one problem that we had here, okay, which is this, when passing by pointers, okay, when passing by pointers, you can put a null here and the code will still compile. Okay, you can put a null here and the code will still compile, but you will find the bug during runtime. I think I showed you earlier, you will see the segmentation faults. Okay, but can you do that if you are passing by reference? See, now display via reference, I am passing null. Okay, so null is what? It is zero. You are referencing to some zero memory location. So will it compile? It will show, it is clearly showing, like, did I save it? Display via reference. It is clearly showing error, saying that you are passing a null, but I am expecting a reference. See, so the best thing here is when you use reference operators during compile time itself, you can identify most of the null pointer programs or memory leaks or uh, etc. and all that you can identify, and you can make sure that you are writing a code wherein you are not trying to work on some non-reference objects or something which is not there. The most thing, I mean, if you are using a C, right, always you will get bug means some pointer is null, it's not initialized. Okay, so as long as you continue to use pointers, we'll face them. But once we move out of pointers and you move to references, uh, it's a different story. Like most of your problems will come out. I mean, if you guys agree, that should be good, I think. I mean, do you feel, is it does this make any sense, or does it add value to you, like using passing by reference?
So
Like
why should you go for this null? It means
no, I didn't go
without
when
null
I
also is
without null.
yes. No, without null also we can run that one, right? Means
No,
why should
which
we go
one?
for
This
that
one.
null?
See, I put null. I am not able to compile my code.
Okay.
So I put null here. Display via reference. Okay. If you are passing by reference, you cannot put null. The moment you put null or some calculation is leading and giving it as null, right? It will find, it will show issue during compile time itself. See, it showed error here. Like you see, what it clearly says, you are trying to initialize it to some memory location, but what you have passed to me is a null. So I can't even compile your code. Okay. Whereas if you are not using,
But it is showing long type where it will be long type. So it is showing like
so
long
long
type, right?
type is address, long type int address. So reference operators means it's address. Okay, it is long is nothing but the pointers. I think they all are pointers pointing to this array locations. It's an array, right? Array का address store करने के लिए they would have used that. Okay, so this is, I think you guys are clear with this, right? So using reference operators, okay, during compile time, you can find out if someone is passing null or something or not. Okay. So the other one is also std null pointer. This is also same. Like this is, it is equal to null. It is nothing but C++1, I think. C++ null or C null, they both are almost same, but it will have different value. Okay, and then I don't have an example to show this, but it's better I'll do on this. If you understand this, this should be good, I think. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to have. The next one is sorting. Sorting any data type. Okay. You guys can try this one. You can. It's a simple function template program, which you can write some sorting. Okay. So if you can write a sorting program, okay, or sorting an array, then using the reference operator, then that should be good. Like you take an array and you try to modify the contents and sort them. Okay, if you can write this program by next class, then like I would consider that you guys are able to understand this concept, this reference operator concept, or even a function template. If forget function templates, like at least for one data type, if you can write this sorting, then that should be good. Sorting character array.
Where we have to use this one sorting that.
Now I want you to write this function sorting.
Okay.
You guys can write this and come back next class.
What are the code we can write, right? Not an issue.
So you can sort any data type. You can sort integer or character.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah.
Okay, we can write a program to sort this and print it. If we can write this, then that should be good. Right, then I feel that you guys have understood it. Okay, I'll push this part. Okay, maybe you guys can take it up tomorrow. You guys can complete this. Come back. So the yesterday's example, if someone has tried and they have failed, they can reach out to me. But I want you guys to try it and come back. Without trial, like if I explain like it means there's no point in doing it again. Okay, it will just consume my class times. Okay. Okay. Any other questions you guys had on these pointers, reference operators? Okay. So make sure you go through this. You do this example, sorting a character array, or then you can write a sorting of int array. Okay, then we can write a function template on top of it. Using which you can sort any data type, whether it's int char, preferably primitive. Then we can see how we can do for structures and all later. Okay, so make sure you are able to write this in next class. If you are done, then it's better. Then I can start the classes part, because classes means there we'll use references a lot. Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with references, right, then then there is no point for me to do a chapter 2 at all. Okay, so please try this, and if you find any issues, then we'll see. Then I'll help you on getting that complete. Okay, see that you complete this part and come back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. I'll record and upload.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.